So I'm now going to talk about the biggest communication challenges that men and women face in relationships. Even though we use the same language, when we're saying something with the same words, we can mean something quite different. So the biggest communication challenge that men face is correctly interpreting and supporting a woman who's expressing her feelings. And the author, John Gray, has a great quote here. So he says that to fully express their feelings, women assume poetic license to use various superlatives, metaphors, and generalizations. So what this means is that to more fully and thoroughly explore and express how they're feeling, women use dramatic language. And this is because when they express how they're feeling and they're being understood and they're being heard and validated, they feel better and they release the negative emotions and they process them in this way. But the problem is that women use this dramatic language when they're expressing their feelings, but men take the expressions too literally, and this can lead to confrontation. So for example, if a woman says, "We never go out," a guy might hear, "We never go out. This is so disappointing. You're so lazy, unromantic, it's boring. Why do we never do anything fun?" That's what a guy may hear. But instead, what the girl could mean is that I feel like going out and doing something together. We have so much fun. I enjoy spending time with you. Would you take me out to dinner? So you see how a guy can completely misinterpret a woman when she's using this language and she's expressing her feelings. Another example would be when a woman says, "Everyone ignores me." And the guy might mistakenly respond and say something like, "I'm sure that's not true. Some people notice you." And this really invalidates her feelings. And this is because the guy can potentially hear that she's unhappy, she's not getting the attention that she needs, everything's hopeless, even you don't notice me. So he feels that he's being blamed. But when a girl says, "Everyone ignores me," this translated into a language that guys understand would be like saying, "Today I'm feeling ignored and unacknowledged. I feel as though nobody sees me. I'm aware that they do, but this is how I feel. I really do appreciate how hard you're working, and I'm starting to feel like I'm not important to you. Would you give me a hug and tell me how special I am to you?" So she's looking for some support, someone to listen to her. She's just expressing her feelings. And guys mistakenly take this literally. On the flip side, the biggest communication challenge for women in relationships is to correctly interpret and support her partner when he's not talking. So women rarely go silent, and if they do go completely silent, it's usually because either they've lost trust in that particular person, so they don't want to speak to them, or they're afraid of being hurt and rejected in some way, so they're choosing not to speak. So when a man withdraws into his cave, when he's stressed out or upset, needs time to himself to process stuff, a woman can interpret that silence as very, very threatening, and she thinks that the guy doesn't care, he's not interested. She thinks, should she be worried? Is she losing her man? So often there can be miscommunication when a guy is not talking. Even if a guy is thinking inwardly rather than thinking outwardly. So rather than talking in order to figure out what to say, he's just processing and mentally figuring things out first. And a woman can misinterpret that. And an example would be when a man is upset and stressed and really wants some time to himself. He will often use abbreviated language. So his partner might say, how are you doing? Because she can see that he's stressed and he's like, I'm fine, I'm okay. And basically he's saying that he wants space. But a golden rule on Venus is never to abandon a friend in need. So in order to express love, she tries to be caring and ask lots of questions like, what's bothering you? Let's talk about your problems. And he just wants space. So she's really rubbing him up the wrong way, and he will distance himself further and further as she's trying to express more and more care. And she will feel disappointed that he's ignoring her, and he will feel annoyed that he's not being given space. So that's a massive challenge that women face, is recognizing when a guy is stressed out and upset and just wanting time to himself. And in this situation, what a guy really wants is to be trusted that he can solve the problems by himself. And this is really, really empowering. And what he doesn't want is his partner to start to worry about him or express empathy, because this makes him feel even more stressed out. It's like another problem to worry about. He has to worry about her being happy as well. So in these situations, just as men need to learn how to validate a woman who's expressing her feelings and not make her feel wrong for the way she's currently feeling, women need to learn to give guys space when they're mentally processing stuff, and trust them to get to a stage where they're ready to talk again and get back at the races.